Hello guys, AngryBirds42 here, regretting to inform you guys of another uselessly stupid update. No, not the user thumbnail in the frickin' banner. That's not the one I'm talking about this time. I'm talking about these badges right here, where you can usually get them, like, after a certain thing. Like, being on Roblox for a year, getting 100 visits, having 20 or more friends. They could... And there has been a lack of opportunity to expand on this dilapidated feature, but instead of constructively updating it where they're gonna somehow make it more, useful, they decided after nearly 2 decades, they're going to remove it. Just like every other classic update, apparently, because they hate classic Roblox. And they want it to go off a cliff for some reason. It's just irritating that they want to kill classic updates all for the price of it being useless. It's like, if you want to make it useful, there's always ways to do that, but they don't care. And the biggest piece of irony of it all is that we're constantly making profiles the best possible place to showcase unique identity by removing the thing that showcases unique user identity.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Like, you guys could have actually done something, right? Like, if you are, in fact, gonna remove these badges, what are we gonna get in return for even getting these system badges? Like, I have 5 of them here. Are we gonna get items for anything, or are we just gonna get slapped with a bunch of nothing like usual? Because Roblox totally cares about us when they actually don't, and is holding us hostage constantly like it's a hostage situation. Like, please stop. And then they're claiming about how they're already testing so-called new ways for creators, if there are going to be any around, to feature their create experience on their profile. Again, if they're going to still be around by June 2026, because that'll be 6 months after the full rollout of this age scan thing that's going to basically kill off the website. It already started killing off activity in Australia, New Zealand, and the Netherlands, and it's probably going to expand into the rest of the world. I'm not even joking. It's like, if they even move forward with this update, it's going to kill every single part of the website. Every part of it. And who can you blame for that? Roblox, particularly Matt Kaufman and David Baszucki, for not acting on years, if not a decade, worth of safety concerns that now has boiled over into a YouTuber being banned from the website in the name of Schlep, and now 3 state attorney generals suing, and civilian lawsuits against Roblox in 26 states, including those with attorney generals getting involved. So yeah, hopefully they'll walk back this update. Now we're gonna talk about this new update where on your mobile app for Roblox, you can dismiss recommended games that you don't like, which this should be site-wide. Like, it shouldn't be just for mobile. Like, there should be an option, like, little 3 dots, like, on the other side of the approval rating. And, you should just have a drop down where you can dismiss the recommended games entirely on computer as well. Because, I would love to dismiss some games. Not right now necessarily, but I would love to dismiss some games. Like, what if, for example, an inappropriate game shows up on my recommended for you page, or heck, even some other category. Like, I don't want to see that. And especially a struggle if you haven't played any of the games ever. And I highly recommend you do not join them. You will get yourself into a world of trouble by doing all this. And, this is a good update. Kind of falls short, but it's a good update. For once, I know. We haven't had very many good updates, as there have been a ton of bad updates. Now, all Roblox has to do is go back to back with consecutive good updates, which that seems to be an impossible thing for them to do, by the way. But one can only hope, but I don't know if even hope can save Roblox here. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this up. Due to the fact that children were angry in Russia that Roblox has been banned due to a plethora of reasons, the officials have decided to consider making their own version of Roblox as an alternative for the actual Roblox. And the funny thing is that Russia threw this idea out there. And, you know, China tried to do that in 2021. They didn't survive an entire year, I believe. Which was the interesting thing about it all. They basically just closed down due to, I don't know why necessarily. It might have to do with a lack of, I don't know about a lack of funding, but it's a lack of something. And then the trade war has made it worse. So, yeah, there's that going. And then, you know, it's interesting nevertheless, but, of course, Craft brings up Flamingo starting bot raids. I forgot, guys. It's been so long since this kind of raid has actually occurred. And, yeah. Imagine anyone could just somehow join it. Yeah, I don't know about anyone joining it, but especially Russians can play it. But Schlep has just said out of the blue, like, I can play this because, you know, it's not made by Roblox Corporation. So, I mean, technically, although I don't know how he's going to get around there, but I'll say good luck to him to all of his endeavors with Russian blocks or Russia blocks or whatever the name's going to be. We may never know what it is, but it's always funny to speculate on what's going to happen with alternatives to Roblox and stuff. Now we got ourselves 2 lawsuits out of Southern California and another in Arkansas involving Roblox and Snapchat. And we're going to start with the Southern California cases because they were reported on first. But LA County mother said that her teenage daughter met a predator on Roblox. And it's, you know, this whole thing has started when the teenager, who wasn't a teenager yet, signed for Roblox last year, by the way, but her behavior started changing. From failing a grade, and the mother discovered that she befriended a person who claimed to be another teenager, just 3 years older. Then the predator, who was pretending to be a teenager, said that she had an apartment down in Fullerton, California. So the mother probably knew right away that this person was actually an adult. This is how it usually goes. They claim that they're just roughly the same age as you, and that's quite frankly not the case. And then the thing migrated to Discord, where things gradually got worse, including explicit messages in images. And that's eventually what led to the lawsuit. And then another Southern California from Riverside County sued Roblox as well. But not Discord. There was no link there. And then I'm going to get to what Roblox said in a minute after I said something about the Arkansas case where Discord is not involved, but Snapchat is, and now usually they migrate to Snapchat or Discord. And yeah, the stuff that goes on either platforms is horrific stuff. And, you know, this has to be prevented at every step of the way, from, you know, the parents down to the apps themselves. And, you know, this is the second lawsuit of Arkansas, if I haven't brought that up already, or if you skipped that part over. And yeah, Roblox said that they've launched 145 new safety initiatives, this year, which, what are these safety initiatives that they're talking about? And yeah, here's the new map. I changed the color formatting on some of the, you know, lawsuits, because I gotta have room for, you know, the case where California has like about 6 or even 7 lawsuits, and Florida now has at least 5, because, you know, the state government's even sued today, and I'll get to that in a brief moment. So yeah, this is the map for now. I'll post it on Twitter if I don't forget about it. Folks, we now have a fourth state government in the United States suing Roblox since August. Attorney General James Uffmeyer of Florida has said in his recent post about Roblox, saying Roblox is hiding behind press releases and superficial safety measures like the age estimation thing, while predators are openly grooming and targeting children on his platform, along others like Discord and Snapchat, which I think he should go after Discord especially, which Texas did as well, by the way. I know I've probably pointed out that Texas sued Roblox. I don't know if I point out they sued Discord, though. But he continues with, our criminal investigation continues. We filed a lawsuit to hold Roblox accountable for misrepresenting the platform's safety. So yeah, this is now the fourth state government to sue Roblox. And that's not a lot, but that is enough to make you start wondering, okay, it's not just like a one state thing. No, there's like four. We got Louisiana, Kentucky, Texas, and now Florida joining in. I mean, holy smokes, this is huge news. And the implications probably won't be felt until next year because of, how the other states' lawsuits are starting to drag out as well. And, it's something, needless to say. But, we just have to make sure that Roblox gets held accountable for their own actions and not be, a little crazy and stuff with their updates and crap. Now, we got a certain thing going on with Studio, and it involves uploading and updating places. So in order to update a place starting on Wednesday, December 17th, I was about to say next Wednesday, but that shift has passed regarding that, you have to have an ID to publish and update these games. There's also, options where you have to make a purchase in real world currency or gift cards in 2025, which I believe I have, and had access to an experience or game with 100 or more playtime hours between November 9th and December 10th of this year, and a DevX request successfully completed in the last 12 months. So, that sounds good. Sounds good and all. Even Schlep applauded it, I believe, surprisingly. Which, it's like there is a link, I believe, somewhere to check your eligibility. I'm going to have it open right now. Personally, I have the eligibility. Some people may not. And yeah, this is going to be a huge pain in the rear end for new developers. And someone just brought up the point of, alt accounts. What if somebody uses alt accounts? Like, this is an actually good point. It's like, I don't know. This update is so conflicting. Super conflicting. That, is it good? I mean, sure, it has some good. But it can also be some bad also. And, if bad actors use account with an eligible record to create games and stuff and use that to their advantage to make inappropriate games, will they even get deleted? I don't think so. So yeah, you should go back to deleting these bad actors off the platform. Predators, people who are enabling this inappropriate degeneracy, and then this sign is now just false now. Talk about crazy timeline, man. And yeah, this person also says a double-edged sword, which it definitely is. I don't know what else to necessarily say about that. And now we got Roblox and their update regarding the whole incident on TikTok mainly, where Schlep has been getting hate that's unnecessary in my opinion, and even death threats over an update that Roblox has made. Which, Roblox has even responded with, no single individual is responsible for our decision to require age checks to communicate on Roblox. Which, okay, they said something true for once. Yeah, that's not super surprising, but dang. Talk about crazy. And then it says, we don't condone harassment or bullying of any kind for any reason. It's unacceptable. Wow, it's the statement would be so great if they fall up on their own word. I would have congratulated them on their statement if they would have actually not banned Schlep, and then try to make him possibly look bad and all this other crap. But who knows if their statement's even true or not? Their word is, well, their words are nice, but their action maybe not so much. It's like I almost congratulated them, but I just didn't need to do that because of their actions and stuff. But that is all I'm going to be having for this video. That's super long, and I apologize for it being long. But if you guys like this news video, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, tell me what you guys think about everything, and I will see you guys later.